Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. So in this video, we're going to put on That was fucked. I just dropped the bike. Wonder what I got on camera. But anyway, we are going to put on the amazing, fuck this stand, fucking hell, Marzocchi Bombers. What I think that I'll need today is a stem holder slash guide. This is to pull off the bearing off the other headset. Crown bearing remover, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. Bearing remover. Should work well. The star knot installer, and I've got my various tools. I don't think this should be too hard. First off, I'll remove the handlebars and just sort of lean them out of the way, and then I'll probably remove the light. Okay guys, just a quick tip from a friend. When you're doing suspension, strap the rear down to something heavy, get that front end elevated, and also I strapped the middle here. I just ran it through under the primary belt on this side and sort of over the frame on the other side, and she's solid. I think what I'm going to do, boys, is delete this light as well. All you got to do with that is remove this thing, loosen it back, go to where the plug goes in, pull it out. I'll show you what it looks like before I pull it out and after. Okay guys, so I've fished this out. So yeah, it's a white and black plug. There goes the light. She gone. Okay, so put a bit of black silicone on that. Come back here, you little cheeky bugger. Alright, now this is a good time to delete these as well. So if you haven't watched my other video, that's what I did for the brake sensor delete, but we'll just do that. And fill that up with a bit of silicone. Perfect. Slide that back over. Okay, so now you just want to tuck the wires back in there nice and gently. Sweet. Okay, so I'm going to put those bolts in and take the bars off and get back. The first thing we'll do is take the front wheel off. So that's pretty easy. I won't set the camera up for that. Just got to loosen up the bolts underneath when you fork, like this one already is. That's good. Lucky I haven't lost it. Oh, and this is loose too. Nice. Nice, that's exactly what you're chasing. Haven't even touched it. Okay, that's probably going to get me a few dislikes, but I didn't have my torque wrench trying to put this together, so definitely going to torque up the axle this time. I'll loosen up these, pull the front wheel off, and get back to it. Okay, so now we're going to try to take this off. I'm not sure what the torque is on these, if you can even torque them, if it's like a feel thing. I don't even know if what I'm doing is right, fellas, but we'll get there. I'll loosen this too. Okay, now that's easier. So I think by rights this should pull off. We'll then have to pull the front caliper off now. Pulling the caliper off should be pretty easy. 5mm, extremely tight. There's also a zip tie on the fork leg that I'm going to cut. Okay, caliper is off. So I'm just going to lower the bars quickly. As soon as I loosen that, that just pops straight off. So we've got 5mm, not very tight. Okay, loosen this one. Oh, that one's a lot tighter. Okay, that one's loose. Loosen that one a bit. So it already feels like it wants to go, but I'm not sure. Just take that spacer off. Nice. Slide these puppies out. Nice. Leave that up there like that for now. So we got to switch that. So now the first thing we got to do is pull this race off. To remove this bearing, guys, I brought this. It's a race bearing remover. So we're going to slide that up and on and pull this thing off. So slide this thing up. tighten it up. Just hand tight for now. Getting all 4 sides underneath the bearing and not the rubber. I think we might need that rubber. And now I'm going to get my 14 and start tightening this up all the way around. Should be lifting this thing off. So this thing is taking some winding, but it's starting to pull the bearing up now. It gets loose every now and then it gets tight, then it gets loose, so it's working. I'll keep winding and it'll come off and we'll put it on the other one. Beautiful. That's loose. Now I'm going to get some gloves and pull that thing off. I'll pull the bombers out first and position them on the ground near the thing and get a few things ready and get back with the camera on. Okay, now we have these beautiful things out of the box. I'm going to remove the top clamp and get that thing ready, get that bearing packed. I'm just going to put a glove on and pack a heap of grease inside this bearing and try to push out the shitty old grease with some new better grease. And then I'll remove this rubber and place it on the 58. So I'll just slide this. I've got this bag and some grease. I'm going to scoop a heap of grease on the bag. I'll grab this bearing. Pack it with grease using this bag. Okay, let me just get the pipe. Got this piece of pipe here that I'm going to hit the bearing on with. I'm going to pick up the fork. Don't want to drop this. I'm going to slide this up to there. Then we're going to tap the rest on over a block of timber, I think. Okay, so I've got a piece of timber standing up here. And I'm just going to sit this over the end. Got a pipe, the hammer. I'm just going to gently work this around, tapping it on. All different sides. It's not on yet. You got a fairly bash how it looks. I'm just checking it all the way around and it's looking on there. Nice. That's the ticket. Use this rag. Clean up any debris. These are ready to slide up and on, so we'll get the triple clamp ready. Okay, so I think we have to remove this one, which was easy as shit. Okay. Doesn't look like there's any collets or anything in there, so maybe we just gotta hammer the Cane Creek thing in. I don't know what I'm doing here, boys, but that feels like it fits in there, so I think we'll hit it in there. Okay, so the lunar cycle set comes with this PVC pipe. This thing takes a bit of hitting together. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is it just that and that? And should we put grease in there or no? These are all things I'm unaware of. Okay, turns out that's it. So let's slide these bombers on. Got the formula in my pocket. Being a bit of a buggery to get on, but it's going. Definitely gonna have to lift that bottom clamp up. I want to slide these down a bit more. So the black's just lined up. It's pretty even. Because now I'm going to sit that black in position and pick this bottom up. So I loosen this bottom up. Not easy to push up. When you do that though, beautiful. We're going to get the torque wrench out for these for sure. Just get them roughly hand tight for now. Now I've got the headset and the spacer on there, so I'm going to mark it, and then we've got to cut it 3mm downhill towards the bottom of the fork from that. So I'm going to disassemble everything again and probably lay it on the ground on a piece of timber on a towel or something, and yeah, I'll show you how I'm going to cut it with the hacksaw guide. Okay, so I've slid a plastic bag with a hole in it over the bearing and a rag as well. Now I need to go 3mm down towards the bottom. That's where I want to cut. So I bought this thing, it's a pipe guide. I'm going to set it up on the mark. Okay, so the way this thing works is you just hold it against it and cut. Better double check that's on the line before we go too far. Yep. So just try to keep the saw as straight as you can. And we are through. Beautiful saw, beautiful guide. That was excellent. All these tools are definitely worth it when you're doing this. Nice. So we just cleared off the shavings, a little bit of sandpaper, and we'll be ready for the star nut. So I just grabbed a little bit of sandpaper and just cleaning up the burrs. Make sure that star nut can go in. So our pipe's all cleaned up now. I'm going to grab the Marzocchi star nut out. I've got the Super B star nut installer. I'm going to wind this thing on. Slide it in there. Then this end you just line up, it slides through. Sit it over the top of that. This thing's supported on the timber directly underneath the stem. Now I know that's in. Perfect. That just makes life so easy. It's only 22 bucks. Boom, star nut installed. Perfect distance and all. So now we're ready to slide this back on the bike. Let's get these bad girls on. Fucking hell, that was tough. Okay, so before we slide that on, we do have to grind that tab off. Maybe I'll do that now. So we got to take a chunk out of the bottom the whole way. Okay, don't judge me for this, guys. And always wear the appropriate safety gear. So I just cleaned this out just in case any filings got in there. Putting some more grease in here. Okay, take 10. Okay, definitely got to push the forks down a bit. Top of the clamp. Okay, so that's sitting there. Hopefully we can put that one through there. Okay, that confused me for a bit, but I think that's how I want it. Just going to put that off to the side here. Hopefully it doesn't stop me getting this up. And then, no. Okay, so we'll slide that one up to the ring. Push all that all the way up. So I might tighten the top first. Really compress that as much as I can. The torque on these bad boys is 7.3. That's about 7.3 there. Do these gradually. That one. Seven 7.3. Okay, now let's load up the top. Slide this thing on. Stem on them are nice and 3mm. Probably can't see anything, but. And it said the top one is 12.4. So what I'm going to do is tighten this down. To pull those sides in. So it's at 12.4. Solid. Fuck yeah, they look sick. Let's get these bars on. 6 Newton meters for the bars. Slip that cap on. They're looking good. You got this top bolt in, bottom bolt, the top one. These are just all finger tight so I can still move the bars. I like to have my bars parallel with the forks. So these are 6 Newton meters on the dot. So yeah, it's good to gradually tighten them all before you go to full torque, so you keep all that even. Forgot about torquing up these. So 7.3. 1, 2. Nice, okay, that's the back one done. Just go 6 on here. And 6 Newton meters for the bottom one. Slide this baddie in. Got the same spacers on, they work perfect. Slide the axle through. Now it says 2.2 Newton meters. So we're just going to wind this thing in. To 2.2 it said. Okay, 2.2. Now we've got to do these ones to 2.2 it said. And then we can take the bike off the stand. Okay, so after reading the manual, it says now just to do this side of 2.2 and you're in the clear. Hold the bike steady. Sides 2.2. 2.2. Okay, that's what it recommends. So it was definitely a bit late last night, guys, but these bolts do work. They work perfectly fine, actually. It says in the manual that they should go in 10 to 12 mil, and these are about 10 mil, so that's perfect. And it says up to 10.2 newton meters, and the calipers on the owner's manual and the Sur Ron say 8 to 10 newton meters of torque. So got our torque wrench set up, the 5 mil, and I'm going to put a bit of our trusty blue removable thread locker on there, and yeah, I'll do these up, and I've got to actually take the triple clamp off. I don't know what I was thinking running that through the rear. So just one thing before you torque up your brakes, just a quick tip, guys, make sure you're holding your front brake lever in when you torque up your caliper, and then it should be set in a nice centered position. Now that I got that run back on the front side like a normal person, I've got this thing, so it's this little screw and the bracket, and I'm going to put it on here, and then we're good to do the air brushes. Okay, that's all my handlebar stuff done. Now I'm just going to look into doing spaces and the PSI. Okay, so to do this, to add the volume spaces, I'm going to have to loosen the bars and or take them off, most likely, because loosening them won't block it. But you need a non-tapered socket to get this bad boy off. I believe it's a 32, it says. But I don't own a non-tapered socket. But I do own a 32. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to grind. I'll grind it down, and then as long as I grind it with the disc outwards on the final grind, I'll go around with it and keep it as flat as possible. But yeah, I'm going to come back when this is grinded and ready to go. Hey, we now have a non-tapered 32. Fits on there nice. Well, as nice as it can, I guess, for a tool, pro tool. Sweet, so we've got to let the schrader valve out. Let all the air out of the fork. Okay, so we've got all the air out of the thing now, so we can take her off. So it said there's 24 pounds of torque on this. One thing you don't want to do is strip this and stand on this. Oh, there we go. That's not easy to remove, is it? So my hand's probably blocking a good view of this, but I'm trying to avoid damaging the top as much as I can. I already don't like what I can see, so now it's starting to get easier. Okay, pull that off by hand. I think I'm going to run all 7. Not sure if I was supposed to all those, but don't have any. It's okay, so it's time to wind this thing back in. Okay, so now I'm just going to wind this thing in. Put the bars on this side. And stand on the... So I've got this thing strapped to the bike stand. And it's not going anywhere. So yeah, I'm just going to cover it up. I'll switch back when I'm getting to the talking stage. Like, you really got to keep the pressure on it. So it gets way past 24 newton meters before you even get the seal down there, so just going to tighten it up till that's sealed properly. It says in the manual 24 newton meters, but fuck me, it was not 24 newton meters to get off. And it's not cross-threaded, that's just... Okay, so maybe now I'll try what 24 feels like. Yeah, that's up at somewhere around 42. So I'm going to get my pump and probably go about 90 psi. Right, I found my pump. Pumps in. Start pumping this thing up. Okay, so we'll let a bit out. We're at 102. See, that should be perfect. By the time we release the Schrader, it'll be at 100. 101. Close enough. Alright, that's done. Fucking beautiful, boys. Cannot beat that. That looks sweet. Everything's torqued up. Just got this in the center. 100 pounds of pressure. 7 spaces in the left leg. And we are ready to soot. Okay, that's it. See you in the next one.